Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn English Grammar Effectively. I run online IELTS and spoken English classes. I am British Council certified IELTS trainer. Interested people can contact me through email. My email address is written in the description box. So kindly check it out. In the era of competition, learning English has become part and parcel of life. The need for English is increasing by leaps and bounds day by day. So, to brighten your personality in a unique way, you should have the knowledge of English language. Today, we are going to learn new series, and that is the series of parts of speech. Today, we are going to start part 1, in which you will see noun and its types with different kinds of pictures as well as examples. So, don't miss it. Watch till the end. Do watch, like, share, subscribe and press the bell icon. Let's begin. First of all, we will see parts of the body. So, you can see there are different parts of the body and they have different functions. Same way, we are going to learn today parts of speech. There are 8 kinds of parts of speech and they have different functions in a sentence. So, let's start. First of all, we will see the definition of parts of speech. Words are divided into different kinds according to their use, called parts of speech. There are 8 kinds of words and they are called parts of speech in English. Let's try to understand parts of speech in an interesting way with the help of story. Mr. Noun and Mrs. Verb live in a house called grammar. They have 2 sons and a daughter. The elder son often works in place of his father, that is noun, when he is away. So, people call him pronoun. Their younger son is adjective. He is a poet who loves describing things, describing nouns, that is his father. Adverb, their daughter often accompanies her mother, verb. They have a servant called interjection. He makes funny and sad expressions. Mr. Noun has a brother-in-law called preposition who loves to show his position. Conjunction is their best friend who helps them to join broken ends. Hope you understood with this noun, verb, pronoun, adjective, adverb, interjection, preposition and conjunctions. Their functions also. So we are going to see each and everything in detail. First of all, we will see nouns. What are nouns? Okay. With the help of pictures, we will try to learn what are nouns. Nouns means the names of persons, places, animals or things. Let's see the definition. Words which are used as names of persons. For example, boy, girl, baby, child, man, woman, king, queen, swimmer, play, singer, rider and so on. Animals such as camel, goat, elephant, fox, fish, horse, sheep, rabbit, tiger, lion, monkey, bear, parrot, snake, goose, bee, etc. About places: well, shop, zoo, garden, river, bridge, hospital, park, church, street, post office, station, road, hill, fill, etc. Or things, in which you can include book, board, pencil, dish, door, bell, flag, doll, apple, table, desk, train, clock, shirt, tree, etc. All these are called nouns. So in short, name of person, place, animal or thing is called noun. Let's see examples. The teacher speaks to his pupils. Here highlighted words are noun. Right? What is the definition of noun? The name of person, place, animal or thing. So teacher and pupils. So these are persons. Next is, there are 3 windows in this room. You can see this room and 3 windows are there. So here windows and room, it shows things. That is why windows and room nouns. Next, there are 2 pastries on the plate. You can see. So pastries, plate, these are things. So these are nouns. Next, I love dogs but I hate cats. So animals, dogs, cats. So these are nouns. Next, he speaks 3 languages besides French. Languages and French are nouns. He received a lot of gifts. So gifts, things, that is why gifts, that is noun. Let's do exercise. Pick out the names of animals, persons, places or things. Okay, this is your exercise. Do it now. Then we will check answers. Hope you have completed. Let's check answers. First, the king had the poor beggar. So, king and beggar both are nouns. So, king, beggar both comes under the category of persons. Next, the man gave some sweets to the orphan. So, man, person, sweets, thing, orphan, person. So all 3 are nouns. Next, the peacock is the national bird of India. So peacock, bird, this comes under the category of animal. And India, so here it comes under thing. So these are nouns. Next, the children were playing in the park. So children, so that is persons, and park, that is place. That is why both are nouns. Hope you understood this. Let's move to next. Now, kinds of nouns. Kinds means types. There are 5 main kinds of nouns and total 10 kinds. Let's see. First 5 are main kinds: common nouns, proper nouns, concrete nouns, abstract nouns, collective nouns. Okay, and these are subtypes: countable nouns, uncountable nouns, compound nouns, singular nouns, plural nouns. Let's see them. First, common nouns. Let's see the definition. A name which does not point out any particular person, place or thing, but is common to all persons, places or things of the same class or kind is called a common noun. Let's see. examples. First, her mother is a wonderful cook. So, mother and cook both are common nouns. Next, they have a peacock, a talking parrot and 2 rabbits in their house. So, peacock, parrot, rabbits. So, all these are common nouns. She is a pretty girl. So, girl, that is common noun. Let's see proper nouns. Definition: a name which belongs to a particular person, place or thing is called a proper noun. A proper noun always begins with a capital letter. So this is important thing. Let's see examples. The President of India lives in Rashtrapati Bhavan. So here see, first letter capital. Okay. So that is why President, India, Rashtrapati Bhavan all are proper nouns. Second, the Republic Day is celebrated on 26th January. So, Republic Day, R capital in day, D capital in January, J capital. So, these are proper nouns, right? Proper indication is given. That is why also it is called proper nouns. Next, the Taj Mahal is in Agra. So, Taj Mahal, T capital, M capital, Agra, A capital. Okay, and particular thing is indicated. That is why this is called proper noun. Next, Shimla is the capital of Himachal Pradesh. So, Shimla, S capital, Himachal, H capital, Pradesh, P capital. So, how to identify proper nouns? It is related to a particular person, place, animal or thing and first letter must be in capital form. So, that is called proper noun. Okay. So, here in Shimla, S is capital, Himachal Pradesh, H is capital, Pradesh, P capital. So, all these come under the category of proper nouns. Let's compare both. Let's see the difference. Common noun and proper noun. See, the common noun, it is related to all persons, places or things. Whereas proper noun belongs to a particular person, place or thing and always begins with a capital letter. For example, common noun. He is a good boy. Boy, common to all, boy. That is why this is common noun. Whereas here, name is given. So, particular person. Tom is my friend. So, Tom, that is proper noun. Here, she is an honest girl. Girl, common to all. That's why common noun. Here, proper noun. Who sang sweetly. So, Kuhu, name, particular name is given of a person. That is why this is proper noun. Next, the city is big. City in common. That is why common noun. Here, I live in Pune. Particular name of the city is given. That is why proper noun. And along with that, capital form is there. In the beginning, P. Pune, P. That is why proper noun. In common noun, the country is big. So, country, common. Okay, so that is why common noun. Here we live in India. Particular country is indicated with the name. So India, I is capital. That is why this is called proper noun. Let's do exercise. Pick out common nouns or proper nouns from the given sentences. Okay. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 6 sentences are given. You have to pick out common nouns or proper nouns from these sentences. Pictures are already given. So it will be easy for you to pick out. Now start doing. Then we'll check. Hope you have completed. Let's check answers. First, Rohit is a clever boy. So Rohit, particular name of a person is given, and R, that is capital. That is why Rohit comes under the category of proper noun, and boy, that is common noun. The dog barked at the thief. Here dog. Okay. So dog and thief both are common nouns. Next, the horse is strong. Horse, that is common noun. A mango is one of the sweetest fruits. So mango and fruits both are common nouns. I am planning to visit James tomorrow. James, particular name is given and capital form is given in the beginning. So that is why this is proper noun. I like Audi. So Audi, A is capital and particular name of thing is given, of car is given. That is why this is called proper noun. Hope you understood well. Okay, let's see. Here, countable nouns and uncountable nouns come under the category of common nouns. So, countable means nouns which can be counted, and uncountable means nouns which cannot be counted. So, here it is given apples, carrots which can be counted, whereas here coffee, beer, okay, soup which cannot be counted. That is why uncountables. Okay, some more examples are given. Countable nouns, box, boxes, singular, plural, both will come. Book, books, man, man, and so on. Whereas here uncountable nouns, sand, sugar, news, and so on. Let's see first countable nouns. Countable nouns means nouns that can be counted. See here, one book and three books, 1, 2 and 3, we can count these books. That is why this is called countable noun. For example, he is going to start a restaurant. So restaurant, that is countable noun. Next, she crossed a bridge built on a river. So bridge and river both are countable. Vihan bought 2 cars from the showroom. Showroom and cars both are countable. So that is why these both we can say countable nouns. Rashi issued a book from the library. So book and library both are countable. There are 200 chairs in the hall. So hall and chairs both are countable. That's why countable nouns. Let's see uncountable nouns. Let's see first definition. Uncountable nouns means nouns that cannot be counted. See here, bread, cereals, cheese, flour, jam, juice, meat, milk, sugar, soup, salt, rice, tea, water, chocolate, butter, and so on. All these we cannot count. That is why these are called uncountable nouns. For example, Listening to music will make you feel relaxed. So music, that is uncountable noun. Work is worship. So your work, that is uncountable noun. Girls love shopping. Shopping, uncountable noun. There is some water in the glass. Water, uncountable noun. There is little information about the weather. So information, uncountable noun. Let's see both together, countables and uncountables. So countables, eggs, banana, olive, fries, burger, hot dog, apple, carrots, tomatoes, watermelon, melon. All are countables. Here uncountables, milk, flour, salt, sugar, meat, jam, rice, honey, tea, cheese. All are uncountables. Let's do related exercise. Identify countable, uncountable nouns from the given sentences. Okay. 4 sentences are given. You have to identify whether there are there any countable or uncountable nouns. Now pictures are already mentioned. Okay. So starting. Let's check answers. I broke a glass yesterday. So glass, countable noun. Next, would you like to have some coffee? Coffee, uncountable noun. These shoes look old now. So shoes, countable. We can count. Can you give me some advice about buying TV? So advice, uncountable noun. Let's move further. Okay. Under the heading of countable nouns, concrete nouns come, and under the heading of uncountable nouns, abstract nouns come. Let's see. Concrete nouns, for example, rock, salt, stars, milk, computer, sunset, tree, and so on. Whereas here in abstract noun, liberty, anger, friendship, love, charity, freedom, generosity, etc. Let's see detail. Okay, first of all, concrete nouns. Concrete nouns are names of things that can be touched or seen. For example, Harry misplaced his book this morning. So book, we can touch it also and see it also. That's why this is concrete noun. Can I have some extra sugar? So we can touch and see also. That's why sugar, that is concrete noun. There is a huge rock. We can touch and see. That's why rock, that is concrete noun. The jacket was made of leather. Leather and jacket we can see and touch both. That's why both are concrete nouns. The crocodile lives in the Nile. So Nile and crocodile both. It can be touched or seen both. That's why crocodile and Nile both are concrete nouns. Now see abstract nouns. Let's see the definition. An abstract noun is a word which names something that you cannot see, hear, touch, smell or taste. But abstract nouns are names of ideas, thoughts or feelings. You can fill, that is abstract noun. For example, Sonia is not the type of person who gossips. So this is abstract noun. You can only fill. Don't underestimate your own strength. Strength you can feel. That's why this is abstract noun. Have faith in God. Faith. Yeah, right? This cannot be see, hear, touch or smell. But this can be felt. That's why faith is abstract noun. The world needs peace now. Peace you can only feel. That is why it is related to feelings. That is why this is abstract noun. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. So beauty, it can be felt. That's why this is abstract noun. Hope you understood. Let's do exercise. Identify the type of nouns, concrete or abstract, for the underlined words. Okay, 5 sentences are given. Underlining part is also given. You have to find out whether this underlining part is concrete or abstract. Fine. Then we'll check. Hope you have done. Let's check. First, wallet, that is concrete noun. You can touch and see. That's why. Here, shower, that is also concrete noun. Touch and see. Cruelty to animals is punishable. This can be felt only. That's why this is abstract noun. Their plan turned out to be a failure. So failure, that is abstract noun because this can be felt. Children's safety is the most important thing for parents. So this safety, that is abstract noun. Next type, that is collective nouns. Let's see the definition. Collective nouns are names given to a group or collection of things, animals, people or material taken as one are called collective nouns. Let's see examples. A fleet of ship. Here fleet, that is collective noun. Collection of these animals, right? That is why fleet, that is collective noun. Pack of wolves, pack. Bunch of keys, bunch. Then an army of ants, so army. Herd of cattle, so herd. Cast of actors, so cast. Group, collection. So all these are called collective nouns. Let's try to understand with more examples. There was a large crowd of people in the street. So here crowd, right? Collection of people, right? So that is why, or group of people you can say. That's why this is crowd and that is collective noun. The army marched away. Army. I saw a flock of sheep in the field. So, flock. Our team won the match. So, team. Group of people. That's why team. Players. Group of players. The old woman was carrying a bundle of sticks. So here collection of sticks, that's bundle. It shows bundle. So bundle, that is collective noun. The committee is holding its meeting. So committee. Let's do exercise. Pick out collective nouns from the given sentences. Okay. 6 sentences are given. So you have to pick out collective nouns from the given sentences. Pictures are already mentioned. Now do it fast and then we will check. Let's check answers. Please pick up the pack of cards. See, this is called pack of cards. So pack, that is collective noun. A pride of lions lived in the Gir forest. See the picture. Now here pride, that is collective noun. Third, a gang of robbers attacked the merchants on the highway. So gang. We could see the flight of birds in the sky. See the flight of birds. So here flight, that is collective noun, group of birds. A bouquet of flowers was presented to Mrs. Brown. Bouquet. So here bouquet, that is collective noun. A choir of singers is waiting at St. Mary's Church. So choir, that is group of singers. So group. So choir, that is why choir, that is collective noun. Hope you understood. Let's see compound nouns. A compound noun is made up of two nouns or an adjective and a noun. For example, alarm clock. Compound nouns are sometimes written as two words. For example, credit card, two different words. Other times as one word. For example, sunglasses. Okay, no space is there in between. So sunglasses. Occasionally they are joined by a hyphen. For example, babysitter. So between baby and sitter you have to put hyphen. And this makes one word. So that is called compound noun. Let's see more examples. One word, for example, basketball. Okay. Dog house, grasshopper, grandson. Separate words, fire drill, North Americans, chain reaction. Then hyphenated word, self-control, mother-in-law. All these are called compound nouns. Let's say examples. Is this the bus stop for the number 2 bus? So here bus stop, compound noun. You need a haircut. Haircut, compound noun. My mother-in-law lives with us. So mother-in-law, compound noun. Shall we play football today? So football, compound noun. Clean the blackboard please. So blackboard, that is compound noun. I can't install this software on my PC. So software, compound noun. They usually take breakfast at 7 a.m. So breakfast, that is compound noun. Okay, let's see singular nouns and plural nouns together. So singular means related to one person, place, animal or thing. And plural nouns means related to more than one person, place, animal or thing. Let's see examples. For example, singular book, plural books. Singular form car, plural form cars. woman, women. Ship, ship. No change in singular, plural. Same. Ship, ship. Okay friends, that's all for today. We have completed today part 1, in which we discussed this noun and its types with functions. So we will continue with this part 2 from the series The Parts of Speech. So don't miss any. Do watch, like, share, subscribe and press the bell icon. Thank you so much.